also tracking a severe weather outbreak.
On the move, funnel clouds and heavy downpours, slamming the Midwest overnight on the heels of multiple tornadoes. The devastation now coming to light. As that severe weather barrels east, Ginger has the latest.
Also overnight, President Trump's Supreme Court win. The big decision on his strict immigration law denying asylum to most migrants from Central America. And the reaction right now.
Showdown countdown. Just hours from now, the top 10 Democrats set to face off on the same stage for the very first time. How they're preparing, what to expect. Our Powerhouse political team takes you behind the scenes before tonight's debate.
Vaping crackdown, President Trump's new proposed ban targeting flavored e-cigarettes, how his wife and son influenced his decision.
Antonio Brown backlash. The NFL star suiting up for practice as a Patriot. But now what the league is considering as Brown faces sexual assault allegations and how his new teammate Tom Brady is responding.
Triple Crown cover-up? The new report overnight about Justify, the horse that raced his way to 3 huge wins, now accused of failing a drug test before the Kentucky Derby. Will Justify face justice?
And caught on camera, the terrifying waterfall plunge. The 26-year-old dropping more than 50 feet, surviving, now telling her story right here on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And we certainly do say good morning, America. Great to have you with us on this Thursday morning. Big day, the big Democratic debate about to kick off just hours from now.
Oh, yeah, it is. About to kick off at a place that I love and I'm very familiar with, Texas Southern University. Having a look at it right there. That is the Health and PE Center in Houston, where the top 10 Democrats will take the stage tonight.
Yes, and this is the first time they will all be on the same stage at the same time, and George is there getting ready for the showdown. Are we expecting a showdown, George?
That is the big question tonight, Amy. Hey, guys. Yeah, this is going to be the first time that Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren face off on the same stage. The first time, as you said, that all of the top 10 candidates are on the same stage in a single night. They've been sending a lot of signals out there through the media about what they want to do, how they want to conduct themselves in the debate, the questions they want to be asked as well. We're paying attention to all that. But that is the big question. How will they take each other on the first time they're on the stage at the same time? Some people may see it as their last chance to confront the front runners. Some of the front runners may want to shy away from a direct debate. We're going to find out tonight when we put the questions to them at 8 Eastern, and we have a lot more coming up from here.
Yes, we do. We're going to find out a lot tonight, George. You're right about that. We are going to have more from Houston in a moment, but first we're going to begin with that severe weather ripping through the Midwest overnight as the region tries to clean up from those destructive tornadoes, 3 of them tearing through Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Alex Perez is there starting us off this morning. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Those tornadoes, according to officials, all EF2s. And take a look. You can see the power of these storms completely ripping the side of this building to shreds.
Funnel. It's maybe about halfway to the ground.
Overnight, a funnel cloud forming in Minnesota, while a second night of severe weather struck the Sioux Falls area, where residents are waking up to this. After severe thunderstorms and strong winds took over the region, in 24 hours, nearly a dozen twisters reported striking South Dakota's largest city. At least 3 twisters touching down in the city, all EF2s. Tornado sirens sounding the alarm in Sioux Falls, 77 of them across the city. But officials saying not all of those sirens were activated, blaming human error. Powerful winds sending trees crashing into homes, and those tornadoes leaving shopping centers in shreds. Now we're hearing more from that hospital campus hit with winds up to 130 miles an hour.
Our staff was courageous. They had 10 minutes to wake up 102 residents, get them to the center of the building, and all are safe and sound.
Another EF2 twister quickly tearing through this shopping complex. Total devastation in just 60 seconds. Kayleen Stocko's business destroyed.
We can start over. Nobody was hurt, and that's really all that counts.
And in Michigan, more than 78,000 people are waking up this morning without power after severe thunderstorms ripped through that area. And the cleanup here in South Dakota is just now getting started, but officials say luckily no fatalities or serious injuries have been reported. Michael?
That's what matters the most. All right, thank you so much, Alex. And now we're going to go to Ginger for the latest on the severe weather threat. Good morning to you, Ginger.
Good morning to you, Michael. I want to take you straight into the map because this morning, lightning and thunder waking so many folks up from western Iowa right through Minneapolis. You are going to start with storms, and then the atmosphere will have a chance to stabilize and then destabilize again this afternoon. And that's why flash flood threats are on, including Minneapolis, southwestern Minnesota, parts of Iowa into Wisconsin. Some people could end up with close to a half foot of rain, not just the heavy rain, but of course you could see damaging winds. Northeastern Iowa, like Waterloo or Dubuque, Mason City, all in a tornado threat today. Damaging wind threat goes all the way back through eastern Kansas. Robin.
Okay, Ginger, thank you. Now to that new White House move to take on vaping. President Trump proposing a ban on the sale of most flavored e-cigarettes following hundreds of cases of vaping-related illnesses. Whit Johnson is here with more on that. Good morning, Whit.
Robin, good morning to you. The FDA reports e-cigarette use jumped 78% among high school students from 2017 to 2018. That staggering trend prompting the president and the first lady to take action as health officials continue to investigate what's making people sick.
We are looking at vaping very strongly. It's very dangerous. Children have died. People have died.
This morning, President Trump is launching a new vaping crackdown, encouraged by First Lady Melania, who in a tweet called e-cigarette use a growing epidemic.
That's how the First Lady got involved. And she's got a son together that is a beautiful young man, and she feels very, very strongly about it.
The president's proposal would put a ban on flavored e-cigarettes often used by teens and young people. This after the CDC reported 6 deaths and at least 450 cases of serious respiratory illness in 33 states, believed to be linked to vaping. Officials have not identified a specific device or ingredient. Use of both THC and nicotine products have been reported by patients with the illnesses. More than 3.6 million teens admitted to using e-cigarettes in 2018. And on Wednesday, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar said that number has now jumped to 5 million.
Remove its colored cap and insert it into your Juul.
Juul, the popular e-cigarette maker known for their flavored capsules or pods, including mango, fruit, cucumber, and creme, trending overnight.
Don't buy a Juul. Don't vape.
Some users on the heavily teen-populated social media app TikTok appearing to mock the recent health warnings, with the hashtag #StopJuuling going viral. And it's now becoming an issue for law enforcement. Authorities in Wisconsin arresting 2 brothers accused of running a large-scale operation illegally manufacturing counterfeit vaping cartridges filled with THC oil.
These 2 individuals had employees, they had staff, they had time cards. However, he was using it for criminal activity. With the help of parents around the United States, we're not going to allow this behavior to go on across the nation.
E-cigarette company Juul says it will fully comply with the new FDA policy, but the American Vaping Association argues that a flavor ban will not stop drug dealers from selling contaminated cartridges like what we saw with the arrests in Wisconsin.
Could be a start, though, of some sort.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you very much. Now let's get back to George there in Houston. George?
Good morning, Robin. Just about 12 hours away from tonight's debate here down in Texas Southern University in Houston. And, you know, all the 10 candidates are going to be on the stage tonight. We're back here behind the scenes yesterday, checking out the forum, getting ready in these final moments. Our Mary Bruce is down there on the stage where the candidates are going to be, and she has a closer look at what they've been doing to prepare.
Good morning, George. Well, right here for the first time at center stage tonight, Joe Biden will be facing off with Elizabeth Warren. She has been rising in the polls, and now voters will finally have a chance to compare them side by side. Now, this morning, the candidates are hunkered down, many of them doing some rather unconventional last-minute debate prep. This morning, the candidates are getting into debate mode in some unusual ways. Beto O'Rourke jamming on the drums. Andrew Yang shooting hoops. Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar sharing the same flight. Buttigieg tweeting, "Very funny, United," but after last-minute rallies,
getting ready to say goodbye to Donald Trump, and then I'm going to tell him, adios.
and plenty of handshakes and hugs. We're now hours away, just 10 candidates and just one night to make their case. Candidates stuck polling in the single digits like Cory Booker are looking for a much-needed boost.
First of all, I'm the only bald person on that stage.
Kamala Harris tonight is planning to take on the president directly. In the middle of the stage, the frontrunners, former Vice President Joe Biden for the first time facing off with Elizabeth Warren right next to him. On the other side, Bernie Sanders, putting the ideological divide in the Democratic Party front and center.
We say to the corporate elites that gravy train is ending.
Biden's team taking an early swipe at Warren's "I have a plan for that" mantra, telling ABC News we need more than plans. We need a president who can deliver progress. Asked about that attack, Warren fired back.
I think that we start with a plan and then we get out there and fight for it. To me, that's what being president is all about.
Now, George, as for the candidates who are out here on the wings, they are looking for a breakthrough moment, hoping that they can upend and jumpstart their campaigns. While back in Washington, the president says he may be tuning in, telling reporters, there's a chance. George.
Yeah, Mary, thanks very much. Let's talk about that with our team right here. Cecilia Vega, our senior White House correspondent, Matthew Dowd, our chief political analyst. Let me start with you, Cecilia. You know, the president comes and goes on watching the Democrats. He did say, even though he's having a rally tonight, that he might be watching some of this.
Yeah, he says, I might be watching. He said that about past ones. I imagine we can expect to see some tweets probably in real time. He is going to do some counter-programming of his own. He'll be in Baltimore. You remember the history that he's had in Baltimore recently, calling it exactly rat-infested. The campaign, we've been told, is going to fly a banner here over Houston near the debate hall talking about socialism and Democrats, so they're going hard after this one. Of course, this comes at a time where we've been talking about all week that poll of ours recently that shows his approval rating stagnant at 38%. He's not climbing. And then on top of that, those head-to-head matchups of some of these candidates here on stage beating him by double-digit numbers.
That was a surprise. 5 of the 10 beating him. And Matthew Dowd, so let's take a look at the debate. You prepared for debates. You've covered them. Looking at the 10 tonight, what do you expect? Where do you see the face-offs coming?
I think people have this idea that it's going to somehow be between Biden and Elizabeth Warren or Biden and someone else. To me, the most important thing to watch is if Bernie Sanders figures out that Biden isn't his main competition, that his main competition in this race, we're talking about Donald Trump stagnating. Bernie Sanders is stagnated because of Elizabeth Warren's rise.
But so far, they've had a non-aggression pact.
No, but I don't, if that continues, it is to Elizabeth Warren's benefit. So I think that's what I want to watch is the Warren versus Sanders. The other thing is the candidates that are in the lower tier in this who need to figure out somehow to finish in the top 3 or 4 in Iowa, New Hampshire, have to get themselves in play tonight.
But that's the tricky thing for anybody out there on the wings. On the one hand, they might have to launch an attack to get noticed, but sometimes that backfires.
Well, I think that the problem with it for the Democrats is every leading candidate is extremely popular among Democratic primary voters. So you get yourself in play by attacking, but also Democratic primary voters react when you go after Biden, when you go after Warren, when you go after Sanders. I think they have to figure out a way to create conflict by using Donald Trump or by using the Republican Party to create conflict among the other candidates.
The president's coming up with nicknames for almost all the Democrats right now. Of course, we've had Pocahontas, Sleepy Joe Biden.
Yeah.
At times, when you talk to them behind the scenes, who do you think they're most worried about?
Well, I think you have to go with those candidates the president has targeted the most, and it's Warren, Biden, and Sanders. He says, I'm willing to take on anybody, and you know him. A lot of it is rhetoric, a lot of it is bluster, but I think he firmly believes that there's no one on this stage that can beat him, and the campaign says that too.
We'll see. Thank you both very much. Let's go back to New York, Amy.
All right, George, thank you. Now to the Supreme Court's decision overnight allowing the Trump administration to move forward with its strict new immigration law blocking almost all Central Americans from applying for asylum here. Tom Yamas is also in Houston with more on that story. Tom, good morning.
Amy, good morning to you. This is a major decision. When Central American immigrants make that dangerous journey to the southern border, they do it in part to reach the U.S. to request asylum here and stay in this country while their cases are reviewed. The Trump administration is saying not anymore. If you come through another country like Mexico, you need to stay put. And now the Supreme Court, for now, is going to allow this, reversing decades-long policy that allowed some of the most vulnerable on this planet to come to the U.S. to seek safe shelter. Overnight, a major victory for the Trump administration and a major setback for most Central American immigrants seeking asylum in the United States. The Supreme Court allowing the White House to move forward with a policy which denies asylum to anyone who passes through another country on the way to the U.S. The president tweeting, "Big United States Supreme Court win for the border on asylum." The rule essentially forces those fleeing life-threatening violence in El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras to first seek asylum in Mexico. But the ACLU has said even in Mexico, those refugees would still face a grave danger.
Our country is full. We want Mexico to stop.
The policy, one of many the president has enacted to deter immigration from Latin America, and one which Democrats hoping to become president have blasted on the campaign trail.
When a mama picks up her baby and flees violence and death threats, the United States listens.
In the United States of America, safe, not despite the fact that we're a city of immigrants and asylum seekers and refugees, safe because we're a city of immigrants and asylum seekers and refugees.
Now, this is far from over. It's still being battled out in the lower courts, and the Supreme Court is likely to rule on it again. The ACLU and other immigrant rights activists feel they are confident they can get this overturned, but the White House, Michael, you saw it there in the tweet, they are confident this is going to be the law, this is going to be the policy, and we likely will hear a lot about this tonight at the debate. Michael?
I'm sure we will. A long way from over. Thank you so much, Tom. And now to those accusations of a Triple Crown cover-up. A new report overnight claiming that Justified, the horse that won all 3 major races in 2018, actually failed a drug test a month before the Kentucky Derby, but still got to compete. Matt Gutman is on the Santa Anita track in California with all the details. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Behind me is the track where Justify allegedly failed that drug test just 3 weeks before the Kentucky Derby in April. Now, the drug is apparently called scopolamine. It helps with horses' breathing efficiency during races. Now, that should have disqualified it from the Kentucky Derby and the Triple Crown, but the horse's Hall of Fame trainer asked for and received a second test. The horse also failed and came back positive for the drug in that test. Now, the California Horse Racing Board did not meet to discuss this matter until late August after Justify won the Triple Crown at the Belmont Stakes. So when they finally did meet to talk about it, they didn't file a complaint. They dropped the case entirely. Now, the California Horse Racing Board says that it's committed to the integrity of horse racing in the state. However, the Horse Racing Board and this racetrack have come under enormous fire over the past year. 30 racehorses have died here on this track, and the LA District Attorney is investigating that. Guys.
Still so many questions.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, thank you. Going to turn now to a really special tribute on the baseball field last night. The Mets honoring the heroes and victims of 9/11, marking the 18th anniversary with these custom-made cleats. Well, they were featuring designs honoring first responders. First baseman Pete Alonso buying them for the team, saying, "I wanted to show support not just for the victims, but the families as well. It's for all the people that lost their lives and all the people that did so much to help." Beautiful. And listen to this. You know what? The Mets, they won 9-0 on 11 hits.
No.
9-11.
Wow. Really? Incredible.
I know.
Apropos.
Yes, it was.
Coming up, we have new developments in the Antonio Brown case. The NFL star fighting back against sexual assault allegations, how the league and his new teammate Tom Brady are all responding.
And caught on camera, did you see this? A 26-year-old falling a terrifying 50 feet. She's okay. She's okay. She fell down a waterfall. She survived. We'll tell you about the hero hikers who saved her life.
And I've got to show you guys, there's one thing you do not want to see. That is a tropical cyclone potential development that could bring heavy rain to the Bahamas the next couple of days. All right, let's get to the hot cities, brought to you by Amazon.
Free one-day delivery on millions of items with Prime.
Another hot day. In fact, we're going to be looking for the shade from the sun early part of the day and then looking for cover from the storms. We're on weather alert as we'll be tracking some strong thunderstorms later today. Your sky turning very dark and the rain, it's going to be coming down pretty heavy for a brief period of time. Today's high 94 degrees, feeling more like we're at 96 to about 99 degrees. Storm threat today 4 to 8 p.m. again. High winds and heavy rain. I think it's a low threat of flooding. And then for tomorrow, much cooler. We're back into the 70s.
there. We'll be right back.